All right. So on the screen, we got the Super Eagles in their first training session in Abidjan. Of course, the team took their flight from Lagos to Abidjan, Ivory Coast yesterday, and they are now back on the training pitch, fine-tuning their stuff for the tournament to start. So we are 2 days away from the start of the African Cup of Nations and 3 days away from the Super Eagles' first match in the competition. That will be against Equatorial Guinea. So we definitely have to start talking about that match in some kind of capacity. But before we get into that though, let's get into a couple of these Super Eagles camp updates. First, you got Kelechi Iheanacho, who is expected to link up with the team tomorrow. He has been injured and receiving treatment at his club, Leicester City, but now the forward has been declared good to go and will now join up with the team tomorrow. Then you also have Sadiq Umar. According to reports, Sadiq picked up a knock in the friendly match against Guinea, and he was out of this training session on the screen. As you see, he's not one of the players participating in the training session. So I guess he was allowed to rest for the day, and hopefully it's not that serious so he can link up with the team as soon as possible. Of course, you were a little bit scared when you heard about Sadiq Umar being the one injured, because he had just come back from a long-term injury. He definitely don't want anything happening to a player like that. But luckily and thankfully, it's only a knock, and he will be back with the team sooner than later. Now, moving on to the main event, the match against Equatorial Guinea, and that's going to be played on Sunday, the 14th of January. 3 p.m. Nigerian time, and the game will be hosted at the Alassane Ouattara Stadium in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. Now, of course, we're going to check out the last few matches that Equatorial Guinea played. You got the last one they played, that was on Tuesday, the 9th of January against Djibouti, and that match ended 1-1. Then you got the last official match they played, last competitive match. That was against Liberia, 1-0 win away from home. Liberia actually played the last 45 minutes with only 10 players, but I don't think Equatorial Guinea is complaining about the result. Then you got the 1-0 win against Namibia. That was the first match of World Cup qualification, group stage World Cup qualification. And Namibia is a pretty quality side, so that's a pretty good result. Then you got the last matches of the AFCON qualification, Libya versus Equatorial Guinea, 1-1 result. Then you got the nice win against Tunisia, 1-0 win. Then the back-to-back winning of Botswana, and I believe those 3 matches right there were the ones that got them in the AFCON. Then you go back to the first match of the AFCON qualifiers, they lost 4-0 to Tunisia, so a nice turnaround by the team. I feel like they're a real quality side. Even when you watch them, it's not like they score the most amount of goals, but they're a real composed side. They're a real organized, compact team. Real hard to break them down, and they find a way to get that goal. If it's on the counter attack, if it's with the set pieces, they just find a way to get that goal. Now, Equatorial Guinea have only played in 3 editions of the AFCON, 2012, 2015, and 2021. But in each edition, they made it to the quarterfinals at the very least. In 2015, they made it to the semifinal and ended with 4th position at that competition. So they're a team that whenever they're in the competition, they try to make the best of it. Now, when it comes to the Super Eagles, I know the Nigerian Football Federation has the slogan, "Let's do it again." And there's nothing wrong with that slogan, but I really feel the slogan for this team should be, "Let's take it one game at a time." Because in this tournament, it's real easy to overlook your competition. Like now, we're playing against Equatorial Guinea, but it's real easy to look over them and look at Ivory Coast and that matchup. So we got to take it one game at a time and focus on giving our possible best in each match that we play, because also, you look at the team and what they've been through and all their ups and definitely all their downs. You know that they probably feel like, oh, we got to do something big to make up for this. But the thing is, if you don't take one game at a time, you're not going to get to that something big. If you're already looking at the final, already looking at the semifinal, especially in this competition, if you really go look at the road to the final, you get to see some real colorful sides, some real teams that will make bangers of matchups. But you can't be focused on that. You got to focus on the matches that you're playing, the 90 minutes that you have to play. Now, speaking of 90 minutes, going into the Super Eagles' first match against Equatorial Guinea, the talk that I'm hearing is that Francis Uzoho will be in goal for the team. I guess that's the selection that head coach Jose Pizarro is going to make. I know that's not the popular selection with a lot of fans right now. Of course, Francis Uzoho has come under fire for a couple of mistakes that he has made lately. But if he is the one selected by the head coach, I feel like there's not much to gain by putting him down, because we need this man if he's going to be between the sticks. I mean, I personally am not a fan of waiting for somebody to mess up so that his position can get taken. I hope he does a good job throughout the competition and proves everybody wrong. And the way I see it, everybody has to perform at a much, much better level if we're going to have a chance of doing anything in this competition. It doesn't just all fall on the goalkeeper. It's not like if you just put a world-class goalkeeper in the Super Eagles, we're automatically going to win everything. Everybody else still has to do their job, and that's something we need to focus on. It's not just on one player. It's not on Victor Osimhen to carry us to a title. It's not on Francis Uzoho to never make a mistake or to be perfect. I mean, you've seen tournaments that goalkeepers have made mistakes, but their teams have rallied around them and got the job done. I mean, even the mistakes that he has made, that still doesn't mean we shouldn't have gotten the result. You look at the Ghana match, you end up getting eliminated with a 1-all draw. I mean, what's to gain another goal? You get another goal and that mistake is forgotten. Even the Saudi Arabia, you win that match and maybe people forget about that situation a little bit easier. So I feel like we need to get the job done as a team. If somebody makes a mistake, so be it. We can fight through it, and we need to rally up around these players, because anybody is capable of a mistake, and that's just the fact of the matter. Everybody is capable of a mistake. So if you start focusing on one player, it's going to happen that other players are going to step up and start making their mistakes because you're so focused on one player. So we need to worry about the whole team. The whole team needs to step it up and not just one player. But that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Kelechi Iheanacho joining up with the Super Eagles tomorrow. Then you got Sadiq Umar with a knock. Did not train with the team today. Hopefully he comes back as soon as possible. Then, of course, the match coming up on Sunday, Super Eagles of Nigeria taking on Equatorial Guinea. Let me know your thoughts on that match also. And please don't forget to like and share this video. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.